a catch here is outdated software, but particularly in kind of large enterprise environments. So I wanted to maybe ask you to dive into a little bit why is this such a problem? Because we're familiar with updating software. It doesn't seem that hard. Why is that such a difficult problem to solve when we get into the enterprise level, when we get into this? And can you talk about how Replicated can kind of help there?
I'll take the opinion piece first, and I'll let Ian also chime in on functionality and so forth. I think so. My opinion is with the dramatic rise of SaaS, the dramatic rise of cloud, we've gotten so accustomed to delivering software in that way, meaning we can just willy-nilly update our SaaS products, deploy it as needed, and everybody gets the update. And great, right? Especially from a security perspective, but also great from a product feature perspective. And the opinion I put forth, which is we've forgotten how enterprises manage software, which is different than the SaaS environment, where they're going to have their own unique specific requirements, whether that's say testing it through their internal testing systems, whether it's how they roll it out internally. And there's going to be that gap. And the gap is vendor creates software, they release it, they cut the release, they then make it available. And at that point in time, you're kind of hoping and waiting for your enterprise customers to take the release and update it. And again, from the security viewpoint, which is really my viewpoint here, is you want them to take it often because that could have security implications or could have fixes in there because it reflects back poorly on you as the vendor if all your enterprises are running outdated, insecure software. Ian, you as well, I think, should chime in on this one.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I mean, I think there's a number of things that we do that are really great for keeping outdated software up to date, and we've really put a lot of effort into it recently. Um, One of the biggest ones is we've been rolling out this new feature called Instance Insights that lets you know that you're having trouble with your customers running old software that has CVEs. And we've been trying to now roll that out so that folks that are even on Helm can use some of that telemetry to see, hey, I have customers that are old, running old things, or they're running versions behind. So I need to follow up with them. I need a notification that I have a very important customer that is now, a major version, or, 5 patches, or whatever that particular condition is. So I think that's one of the most important things that we're doing there, as far as like, you have to know you have a problem first. Um, there's other things that we're doing to help with that. And another one is trust. So a lot of times vendors start falling behind on their software because they don't trust you. They think I've updated my software before and it's failed. And so I'm not going to update anymore. And we're rolling out uh, a product called Compatibility Matrix that will let you test against all these customer like environments for many different Kubernetes distributions, EKS and Kind being a couple ones, and I know OpenShift also coming up. So which will be, and ones that typically often can be a little bit different. So knowing that every commit that you're keeping your software working and upgradable is another big thing we're doing. And another feature we have is pre-flight checks. So whenever someone goes to upgrade or they go to install, verifying that's actually going to be successful, making sure there's enough disk space, enough CPU, enough nodes, really helps with people keeping their software up to date, which solves the CVEs, which is really, I believe, one of the most fundamental security problems is keeping up to date. And it's really interesting that there's this, from a security standpoint, right? There's this really give and take for keeping up to date, right? Often it is the security teams that are slowing down the adoption, right? Because they have a lot of processes and a lot of checklists, and they want to make sure that all these things are followed, strict change management. and that can actually lead to slower adoption. So it's a I think by building trust with the security teams that these things are going to work and working in those frameworks, Replicated can really help a lot. So